Hi folks, this is all the fruits, and today I'm foraging in the beautiful Italian city of Sanremo. Basically the strip of land from Sanremo to Monaco, which is sandwiched between the Alps and the Mediterranean, has a crazy climate. It's probably the northernmost subtropical area in the world. Here we are at the same geographical latitude as southern Canada, and as you can see, palms, olives. Also you can find stuff like bananas, mangoes, papayas, and so on. An amazing area. Unfortunately, I'm here in the beginning of May, not really the fruit season, but let's see what tropical things we can find. Wow, we already hit the jackpot. Queen palm, Siagros romansofiana, one of the tastiest palm fruits. And if the fruit is not enough for you, you can crack it and eat the seed. Let's see, however, since those are not selected for taste but for ornamental purposes, the taste varies a lot. Not the best one, to be honest. Dry, very fibrous, not aromatic. It is sweet, I'll give it that. But also with a really big seed. Well, let's focus on the positive part. It's sweet. It's sweet, but I've had better ones. Well, the next thing I'm already seeing on the ground between the palm fruits, zero strawberries, unfortunately. That's the Indian strawberry, yellow flowers, tasteless fruits. Some say they are toxic. I think they are not, but they are still not really worth the trouble. Got myself a bag full of the fruits. They might not be top quality, but spring is a lean time for foraging. And after I chewed on them, I want the nuts. Here is a rock under the cichas. Don't try to forage the cichas. The stuff is toxic. Looks like somebody did forage the cichas. Maybe a rat or something. Well, I'll stick to the tasty queen palm. Seeds are big in this specimen, but the stones are big in this specimen, but the edible seed inside, not so much. Still, tastes like a tiny coconut. Here is a bigger piece. It's okay, but too much trouble. A couple kilometers back I saw something which looked like a medium-sized macadamia tree. Now I wonder if I should go back. Macadamias do grow here, but I've seen only very puny young trees. Would be nice to find a big tree and forage a couple handfuls of macadamias. Let's see about the dates. Fortunately, here we have a date palm with very low-hanging fruits. However, the rains in the Mediterranean winter, they are not good for date fruits. Those are not ripe. Let's try the least unripe one on this branch. Not ripe yet. What about those over there? Okay. Tap, tap. Look at those. This one has been enjoyed by someone, this one also. This one doesn't seem. Doesn't seem to be of good quality. Same goes for this one. Nah. Barely edible, unfortunately. Ow! Oh, horrible spines on those. What about this fruit? Not ripe. Okay. Off to the next fruit tree. By the way, those trees I found in the park around the train station. I think it's called Parco de Camelitiane. Beautiful park, although it was a little bit dry even before the drought stuck. Some tasty flowers to forage. The Judas tree's flowers. Delicious, very sour, and refreshing. Another very nice pound fruit is the jelly or pindo pound fruit. However, none of those is in season right now. No fruits on the pomegranate tree, no fruits on the Peruvian pepper tree, but the carob tree in between is hanging full with hundreds, if not thousands, of sweet pods. Seems like they are not rotten. I've been hanging here since autumn. Not rotten, but not sweet either. Let's try a bigger one. This one is well developed. But also moldy. This part seems good. They smell like dog poo. But they are sweet. And a staple in the Middle East as well as the Mediterranean. A little bit tart, a little bit tough, but mostly sweet. Yeah, the smell, however, disgusting, but the taste is good. I remember there was some good stuff in this park, but what was it? Well, here a really crooked date palm, but they are taking care of it. Dates look almost acceptable quality wise. Some animals are eating them. Yeah. Maybe we'll get lucky. There are a lot of almost edible looking dates around here. Oh, well, okay, not this one. If I would collect some of the ones in that state, for example this here, could ripen them within a couple days. Where are those things coming from? They look like mandarins, but I bet they are bitter oranges. Bet somebody picked them and then tried one and left them here because, well, they are not bitter, but they are sour. But where did they pick them? Yeah, Sanremo is, well, it's kind of famous for its parks, but it should be even much more famous. This is not even one of the really famous ones, but there is already a lot of interesting stuff here. Just most of it is not in season. What about the silver berries? I think the season is over here. Around here it should be more in winter. And what's this? There are some fruits on this. Acocanthera oppositifolia, bushman's poison. This is the stuff the little sun people use to make poison arrows to kill things like giraffes and antelopes and so. The fruits are edible, by the way, but horribly bitter, so I don't like them. Giant fig. This could be Moreton Bay fig or some related species. Oh, there are actually two of them, and they're already invading the neighboring garden. And here are the figs. Some of them are surprisingly good. Not those. Those are also completely unripe. Monstera deliciosa, the delicious monster fruit. What is it doing in such a dry garden? Everything looks so dry. It's May, it's basically the end of the rainy season, but this year there was no rainy season. Well, Monstera is not in season, but because... Oh, look at that, folks! Look at that! I wanted to say it's not in season, but because the seasons are messed up, could be said there's a ripe Monstera fruit here. And the second one, which is starting to ripen, and the third one, which is already quite big. Oh my, we're gonna eat today. Yeah. Let's see, those are too small. What about this? There is nothing here. Okay, let me put down my heavy backpacks. Dealing with Monstera is precision work. You don't work precisely enough, you're gonna get hurt. It's called Monstera because monstrare means to show. It shows stuff through those windows, through those holes in the leaves, but I call it monster fruit because it is delicious. But if you do something, anything wrong, you're gonna get hurt horribly. It's worse than eating a cactus if you do something wrong. So let's see. See this one? Ah, I didn't need the knife. It has already fallen off by itself. Look at that. It's completely ripe. And the local critters, they don't know what they are missing. This is a jackpot, folks. I dreamt of finding this right now, but I really didn't hope to find it in May. Let's see. Okay. Must be really careful. Never force peel it because then a lot of oxalate needles will get into your palate. Yeah. Peel away the peel, which dissolves into little hexagons. Be really careful. Do we see the oxalate needles? No, they might be dissolved. Okay. Now. Delicious. Oh my god. No, this is so good. It tastes of pineapple, strawberry, chirimoya, mango. Oh my god. It is so incredibly good. I really didn't hope for this. Oh my god. Oh my. Banana. Mostly like pineapple. Like a really good ripe pineapple. Now, let's see how greedy I am. Those here, I'm peeling them away. But this could already be too underripe and still full of little glass needles. Okay, let's see what I can eat without getting hurt. Still in the totally ripe part. Getting towards the more green part, more needles already. Oh my, this stuff is so good. This stuff is so good, folks. And the second one, let's check the second one. I thought it was ripening. I thought I already saw some stuff breaking away. Nope, it's not. Neither is this one. And the ripe one, it must have fallen off the stalk. Oh, delicious, folks. Ah, there are two more. What about those? Nope. Yeah, but one is still better than none. Oh, I'm so happy. Already two really good fruits today. Ate half of the Monstera and half of it is coming with me. I remember there were some small shrubs here which were not in season when I was here 2 years ago, but I wanted to come back once they are. Wait, what is this? Could this be rose apple? Please tell me, folks. Kind of looks like rose apple, but it could be other things. I've never seen a rose apple on the Riviera. Well, hard to tell. The leaves look like a syzygium. The buds look like a syzygium. Tell me, folks, is this a rose apple? That would be a great discovery. Bananas are becoming more common around here, and I have had some quite successful banana foraging in Sanremo, but folks, bananas, they need a lot of water, and that's what happens when you put a banana in a dry place. The rest of the garden, it looks kind of dry, but it's still surviving. But look at the poor bananas. Well, if you water and fertilize them enough, in 2 or 3 years you can actually harvest bananas, but right now, nope. The cookie dough tree, the huge flower clusters smell really like cookie dough or like cake or custard dough. However, taste-wise, they are nothing special, and they're a little bit tough and out of season already. The flowers are gone, so not gonna get anything here. Yeah, stay away from the sucas. Folks, this stuff might look like really great foraging, but it's toxic. It's gonna kill you if you eat too much of it. Don't even need to eat a lot of it. Stay away from it. Funny, why is this garden where I just picked a Monstera dedicated to a German emperor? Interesting. I think there was some really good edible stuff even visible from the outside. But what was it? Maybe some good dates? Yeah, could have been the dates over there. There was something. If it was not the Monstera, something I wanted to come back for. Well, no, the dates are not in good condition. See those cluster of conifers here? Those are bunya bunya pines. The main staple of some really huge Aboriginal communities in Australia. And those very trees here, what is this? No, not foraging for this one. Unleaded fuel only. Well, and those trees here, this cluster of 5 trees, I had the best bunya bunya harvest of my life 2 years ago. Basically pine seeds the size of chestnuts, and they can be over 100 in one single cone. However, those are the male cones. Well, they are flowering now. Here is one scale from a female cone, another scale from a female cone, but no fresh female cones. Tens of thousands of Aborigines sustained themselves on those nuts, folks, but they're seasonal things, so they would gather. When the nuts are in season, they would gather to the biggest Aboriginal gatherings before the European conquest in all of Australia. But when those magnificent trees are out of season, the Aborigines would move to other parts to forage for other things. And that's what I'm gonna do now. Oh yeah, remember this corner of the park had citruses, and they were not the usual bitter orange, but sweet oranges and mandarins, I think. And nobody is harvesting them here. What are those? Let's see. Nah, this is the bitter orange. But wait, there was something good around here. I remember it. Nope, more oranges. Okay, first one looked really good. But yeah, it's bitter when you bite into the rind. Of course, what I did, because I would need 2 hands to peel it. Let's see. Yeah, folks, don't peel oranges. Mit your mouth. Yeah? Sour but not bad. Here, by the way, another Araucaria species. However, I think there is nothing edible inside those nuts. This I kind of associated with something edible. Looks a bit like a kepayang and a little bit like an avocado. Well, folks, if you know what this is, please tell me. Thick berries are flowering. They're edible, despite what a lot of Westerners say, but not in season right now. Well, they're in season for the flowers, which are the main goal, not for the fruits, however. A nice kumquat tree covered with tasty kumquats. A little bit too high for me, but this one on the ground seems to be perfectly ripe. It's so good. It's so ripe that it's sweet. Oh my. This is delicious, folks. This is and the sweetest part is the rind. So Sanremo has a lot of wonderful parks. That actually I once made a hour-long series of survival foraging videos in Sanremo, but no park can compete with the Villa Ormond. It's said to be the biggest palm collection in all of Europe, and there is edible stuff in this collection, folks. Don't doubt my words. Most of it might not be in season. Look at the collection of date palm species. So many different rare date palms. Some of them must be in season. Shall we forage some tasty... Grazie molto. While contemplating whether I want to forage a tasty lizard, I got reminded by the nice carekeeper of the flower museum that I had left my second phone inside, which is kind of not so good because they were going to close soon. Well, I remember that near this big building there were much tastier queen palms than the one I managed to find in the other park. Let's see if they are in season. They mentioned that this is supposed to be the biggest palm collection in all of Europe. I hope I did. Look at those. Oh, the spines, the horrible spines. Well, no, I didn't want to get this one. I wanted to get the bigger one. Despite the drought, this one is rotten. Okay, got the big one. Let's see. Phew. Also rotten. Guess the drought was not 100% droughty. That's why the Bedouins say that the date palm wants to have its feet in the water and its head in the fire. It cannot grow in the desert. It has to grow in an oasis when there is water, even if the water is a couple meters underground. But also it cannot produce fruits in the rain, because as soon as the fruits mature, they will rot in the rain. So the feet, the roots need to have water, but the crown must not have any water. And here, yeah, as soon as they mature, they start to rot. That's the reason that despite the fact that date palms and even the Arabian date palm can grow in a multitude of climates, they are only of commercial importance as a fruit tree in desert areas, because in all other areas the fruits will too often rot away. So the rain this winter was not enough to sustain most of the trees for good fruit production, but it was enough to rot the dates. Run or I'll forage you. What about those? By the way, all those date palms have very small and puny fruits. I think they were collected from the wild, probably because they were branching. Probably this was considered very beautiful by the collector. They have not been collected for their superior fruits. I found date palms on the Côte d'Azur, that's the French continuation of the Italian Riviera, with good big fruits, but they are not common because here the stuff is just not being selected for its fruits. A young avocado tree. This will take some time before I can forage it. And this is some araucaria. Could it be a young bunia bunia? Well, definitely too young to produce fruits. What about those dates? Nah, they're all rotten. Well, at least hibiscus flowers are edible and tasty. So rose flowers up there, cherry flowers. Up there the ornamental cherries are still flowering, but they are not as tasty as hibiscus flowers. I remember one of those three queen palms having tasty fruits, but right now none of them is in season. This thing is edible too. However, this is a turtle, a water-dwelling turtle. What is it doing here on the trail? It's quite far away from its usual pond. Did you escape, darling? Did you manage to escape your pond? Well, what shall we do? Shall we leave you here, or shall we bring you back to your pond? What do you think? I know that you want to bite me. What shall we do with you? Okay, let's at least remove you from the trail. Another bunch of topocho bananas, which are not gonna produce anything edible this year. Really puny, barely 2 meters tall, tiny leaves, not even trying to flower. What a pity, I want bananas. This cluster is producing at least one puny bunch of small bananas, but topocho bananas never, topocho or Orinoco or blue gourd bananas, never harvest them unripe. This variety just doesn't ripen on the shelf. They need to ripen naturally on the plant, otherwise I would have cut them down already. Maybe this fig is gonna have tastier fruits. That's the villa where this Ormond guy used to live, by the way. Here you can compare the size of the tree to the people. No, not to the ones in the foreground, to the ones which are standing in front of the tree in the background. But for us, the size is less interesting than the taste. Let's see. Nope, not good. Sour. Thing right now, it's shedding the premature fruits. Don't confuse strelitzias with bananas. both are big plants with huge leaves. Actually, Strelitzia nicolai, this one is also called, I think, the Cameroon banana, named after some African country. The fruits have edible seeds, or the seeds have edible adults. They are nothing like bananas, but because of the leaves, it's being called a banana. Strelitzia. Banana. Lily-pilly, a tasty syzygium, but not in season, unfortunately. Almost nothing is in season here. Is this a calamansi? Oh no, it's a really puny, bitter orange. No need to forage those. Look at their size. Oranges this size, even if they are sweet oranges, will not be good, and bitter oranges even less. I guess this is the greenhouse for the really subtropical things. Even here, the least hardy stuff is in danger of frost, so I guess some of those pots, they go in here for the winter. More sour oranges, what a pity. Here a couple really puny monsters. They don't get enough light here, and right now they also don't get enough water. As you can see, not a single one here is even trying to produce a single fruit. They are busy enough with surviving. Look at that, European dwarf palms with more or less ripe fruits. Lemons in this private garden, but right now I'm not interested in the lemons. I'm interested in those plentiful. Look at that, European dwarf palms. And I'm not the only one interested in them, because some animal, maybe a rat or a cockroach, is peeling them off. Wow, they are ripe, they feel soft. The flesh in those is very thin and dry, even for dwarf palms. Look at that, 1 millimeter. Very fibrous, but there is some sweetness, a trace of sourness, and some flavor to them. Maybe I should mention that the European dwarf palm is the only palm native to the European mainland, not to the islands, and by far the northernmost palm of them all. And of course, that's because it's one of the hardiest ones. They are hardier palms than the European dwarf palm, slightly hardier probably, but they don't occur that far north naturally. Behind this little bit sad lily-pilly, look at how dry the soil is. Nope, it shouldn't be that dry right now. Behind it is a cabbage palm with unripe fruits. Cabbage palm, yeah, the heart of palm is very nice, but the fruits, they can range from good to bad. Here some more exotic date palm species. Those can be some canary date palms. This is, what is this? Phoenix. It's not Rupicola. Come on, I knew it. I've eaten those on the Canary Islands. The fruits might be very small, but they are tasty. Very small, but not that small. Those are really underdeveloped. Yeah, edible but not tasty. Horribly underdeveloped. More cabbage palms. I doubt this species will have good fruits. Dry, slightly sweet. Himalaya palm. And bitter aftertaste. Now let's try the Himalaya palm. Too dry actually. Lots of them growing here and here. This could be a macadamia. I think about 5 kilometers ago I saw a macadamia tree with thousands of flowers. And this could be is this a macadamia, folks? Macadamia ternifolia or something like this. A tasty macadamia nut. Maybe there are even nuts on the ground. Nope, unfortunately not. Kurajong, an Australian tree, and remember, in Australia everybody's trying to kill you. This tree, if you find this tree, basically you are either safe if you know what to do with it, or it can kill you. The roots can give you water, and apparently they can also be eaten. Inside the big fruits there are edible seeds, but also stinging hairs. Oh, it seems that some animal here is going for the edible seeds. I saw a fruit somewhere here. Here it is. Ow! Yeah, those spines. Oh yeah, some animal is emptying those. Maybe a rat. Well, inside are edible seeds, but also those horrible hairs which can make you blind, or if they touch your skin, they can give you a horrible itch. If you think a horrible itch will not kill you, imagine scratching yourself day and night in a survival situation, spending all your energy and your thinking on scratching yourself. This can well kill you. Man, everything in Australia is trying to kill you, even the food. The lower part of the park of Villa Ormond is just as magnificent as the upper part. Let's hope we'll find more edible things down here. Yep, did I mention this? Being the biggest palm collection in all of Europe. Look at that. Another queen palm in season. Very pale fruits. Is this genetic or is this stress? Really crunchy. While they're still being unripe, I mean, that's the bunch. I saw a lot on the ground and assumed they are ripe. It's also possible that some heavy squirrel or rat basically beat them down. Yeah, there was something heavy up there. Look, this one came down with a stalk, this one too. Okay, so those are just unripe. Pindo palm or jelly palm. Just as tasty as the queen palm, but I haven't seen any ripe ones yet this time. Now look at that, I'm not the only forager here. See this? See those brambles, this Rubus arbeniacus? Somebody has foraged all the young tips. Not a gardener, because a gardener wouldn't have bothered just cutting off the last 20 centimeters. They would have cut off things as deeply as possible. Yes, somebody has been foraging for bramble tips here. We saw some just, when was it? Yesterday on the market of Genoa. Here, that's what they basically take, well, preferably without the aphids on them. Already a little bit tough to be eaten fresh. Guess maybe they're making tea or something from them. Here is some of a typical fruity color. No, unfortunately it's a leaf. Something else of a typical fruity color? No, that's just trash. Pity. Oh, and look at this thing here, folks. An ancient carob tree. It's been cut down, but it has resprouted. Ain't that beautiful? European yew. Every part except for the arils is toxic. And no arils inside. It's not in season. What a pity. And it's suffering probably from the drought. Just like those palms. They are not looking too good anymore. This tree is the first bunya bunya tree where I ever managed to harvest the edible seeds. But nope. Doesn't seem like it's in season. However, wait. There are a couple. Wait. There are a couple scales here. Wait. Could get lucky today. Those have been lying around here for quite some time. Over here is also a big nut which came out of the scale. Could get lucky. Here some animal has eaten the nut. Let's open a couple of those. I did open a couple, a business for which I need both my hands. However, there is nothing in the small ones. And the big one is completely moldy. Yeah, he's putting big hopes into those bunya bunya nuts, but not this time, folks. If not the giant bunya nuts, maybe the considerably smaller domestic pine nuts. This majestic tree has been a very important food in the Mediterranean for millennia, maybe even for hundreds of thousands of years. It's native to the area. Oh, and here finally, I find shells from the nuts. This is a cone. Inside those scales you can see the little niches where the nuts were sitting. And here are some of the nuts which fell out and either rotted away or were opened. Now we need to find a couple closed nuts. Need to open them and hope they are not rotten. No, this is a palm seed. That's what we are looking for. Considerably smaller price than the bunya bunya nuts, but much more plentiful along the Mediterranean. Well, here is the second one. Of course, you need hundreds of them to basically get some decent calories, but for the video, 2 are better than none. They still look young and shiny. Hopefully they are not rotten inside. Beautiful green mold. Less beautiful black mold. They are rotten, unfortunately. This foraging trip started really well with the queen palm and the monstera, and since then it's been stagnating. Good that I took the first 2 things I found, the queen palm and the monstera, so I have something for nibbling for later. It is lying on the ground here. Oh yeah, I also saw this around the bunya pines. Those are sucas. Well, not exactly fruits, not exactly. Are they seeds? Here it is. Looks nice and big and edible, but on this pretty much everybody agrees it's gonna kill you. But some animal here is eating them. Some animal is opening and eating them. However, I'm not so stupid to try those. Maybe one day, but not today, Satan. A beautiful rose pergola covered with thousands of little rose flowers. And this uncivilized barbarian from the cold countries is munching way off on them. Very aromatic. This is a very aromatic rose. I would almost call it spicy. I love those beautiful giant apple cactus trees. Yeah, those cacti you can call trees, and look at that. The tastiest cactus fruits in the world. There is one up there and another one hidden lower between the branches. Another one hidden here in the background. And the third one, I saw it somewhere lower between the branches. Well, anyway, here it is. Wait, where is it? Here it is. Anyway, this restaurant is too busy, I don't want to disturb them. There are a couple other cactus trees of similar size here, and they really want the tasty fruit. That's the best cactus fruit in the world, folks. Better than prickly pears, better than dragon fruit, better than any other cactus fruit you can imagine. Did I mention that Sanremo has a plethora of wonderful parks full of great stuff to forage? Well, at least foraging for water is not too hard here, and the water should be of decent quality, coming down from the mountains in the background. Water is life. Come here. Look at the ground under this European dwarf palm. Why did so many fruits drop here? Well, here somebody has cut off one bunch. small and dry. But those are quite sweet and sour. Yeah, they pack a punch. Sweet and sour and aromatic. They're famine food, but foraging has been really bad today after the first 10 minutes, which were really great. So, we're gonna eat a lot of famine food today.